Hey guys, welcome to the channel. Welcome to QualityShot. Today I'm streaming Alexander Zverev playing Christopher Eubanks. It is Eubanks starting us off here at now serving 30 love. My name's Anthony. I'm new to the channel. Hey Dutchy, how's it going? Yeah, I'm new to the channel, but I'm excited to be joining QualityShot and excited to announce the match. All right, Eubanks comes to net, puts away an easy forehand volley. 40 love. You're going to see Eubanks do a lot of that. He loves volleying. He loves coming in. He's a very aggressive player. Zverev mostly kind of just likes staying back. He's not as comfortable at net. Eubanks very comfortable at net. He's going to be moving forward a lot and really trying to be as aggressive as anyone you'll see on tour, really. Hey Shelly, hey Joe, hey Dutchy, hey MJ. Glad you guys are all joining. Eubanks gets an easy hole to start off, 1-0. But yeah, Zverev is like, he doesn't come to net very much. He's more like an aggressive kind of baseliner. Eubanks loves coming to net. He loves taking on returns and just sprinting up to net. He very clean ball striker, has a great one-hander. Very interesting match. Also, two players in like very different parts of their career. Eubanks kind of on the rise up late in his career. Zverev kind of trying to get on the comeback, trying to find his form again. So kind of an interesting match here in the Geneva Open. So second round. All right, Zverev serves, solid first serve down the line. 15 love Zverev. Yes, this is QualityShot, Lexi. Yeah, I'm new to the channel. Glad to be joining in. Yeah, this is tennis channel. And then Zverev should win this. Yeah, I agree. Eubanks hasn't played many clay events. This is really his first clay event since I think 2019. Like I said, very aggressive player. He loves fast courts. He loves grass courts. Like his game would be better suited for like a fast sort of conditions. So I think Zverev should take this. Zverev, obviously, especially back in the day, very good on clay. So I also think Zverev should be considered a big favorite in this one. Hey, glad to be joining in. Thanks. Hey, Max. How are you? How's it going? All right, Zverev comfortably serving 40-15. Hey, Arcane. All right, Zverev serving on deuce side, 40-15. Another solid serve down the line. One game all. Yeah, this is kind of, I think, like a pretty big tournament for Zverev. Going into Roland Garros, where he has, I think, like 720 points to defend. He's defending semifinals, so this could be a big opportunity for him to feel like he's getting some form in, get some confidence, and I do think this is absolutely a match that Zverev will feel he should win. All right. Eubanks' big forehand goes long, so love 15. Yeah, so my name's Anthony. I'm new to the channel. You probably haven't seen me before, but I've been a subscriber of QualityShot for a while, and glad to be joining in. But yeah, new to the channel. All right, Zverev hits a shot wide, and it's 15-all. Thank you. Thanks, appreciate it. Hey, Peaches. Yep. How's it going? Yeah, I remember seeing you you around the tennis community. I've been watching a lot of these different tennis streaming channels for a while, QualityShot and a lot of these other ones. So I'm happy. I'm definitely happy to be joining in and actually being on this side because a lot of the time I was commenting from the live chats, watching channels like this. So excited to be joining. Excited to be joining in. Yeah, thank you, Maynor. I hope I'm saying your name correctly, but. All right, EUBANKS with the second serve, 30-15. All right, hits the serve out wide, runs to net. Zverev with the backhand pass. You're going to see that a lot today. Zverev we know he has one of the best backhands on tour when he's playing his best. That double hander is crazy. I mean, back in the day, there aren't that many people I would compare him to. I mean, Medvedev, Djokovic, and Zverev are the ones that kind of come to mind. And just he can hit amazing backhand shots from even difficult positions. So if EUBANKS is going to be running to the backhand, he can't expect that to just be a weak shot. He's going to have to really hit a solid shot to that side. All right, forehand rallies. Zverev hits one down the line. EUBANKS runs, can't get to it. All right, 30-40, early break point for Zverev. EUBANKS is a big server, so for Zverev to hold early, it's a big deal. All right, forehand. EUBANKS missed it wide. Wide into the doubles alley. Zverev breaks. You guys don't have to be nice to me. Don't worry. So that's a big deal because EUBANKS was serving very big. He already won a match here. This is Zverev's first match in the event. EUBANKS has already won a match. EUBANKS beat Benoit Paire 7-6, 6-3. Was serving great in that match. I think won over 80% of first serve points. You know, just very good stats. But he also broke 3 times. So he loves just going all out for returns, but very big serve as well. So if he can get broken in his service game, then Zverev is going to feel he has a good chance. Yeah, Raonic is supposed to come back. It was announced. I think same generation. I think Kei Nishikori, the very flashy Nishikori, I think he's coming back in a challenger, I think on the 31st. So the original kind of next gen, they're all still hanging around, which is great to see. I think Raonic is a great player. I think he was a big underachiever. Kept having a bunch of injuries when he started playing well, but yeah, he's a great player. I'd be excited to see him back out the grass. All right, Zverev second serve, 2-1. All right, Zverev serve down the middle. Eubanks slice return, floats long. 15 love. Yeah, Zverev is looking like he's looking good. I don't think he's had to do that much early doors. I think we're going to get a better gauge on it later in the match. But so far, he's hitting cleanly and he's doing all he needs to do. And that was a solid return game at 1-1 for sure. He's serving very well, which is, I think, the important thing. If Zverev can hold solid on serve, then I think he's going to be good. But I do think Zverev needs to make sure he's getting the depth on his shots and everything, because Eubanks is going to be looking to attack anything he can get. So just this kind of aggressive serving, then hitting the corners. That's what Zverev needs to try to do, because Eubanks is going to be trying to do the same thing. So. All right, second serve from Zverev down the line. Eubanks hits a hard return. Forehand to Zverev's backhand. Back to the forehand of Eubanks. One-hander from Eubanks goes long. 40-15 for Zverev. Hey, Ghost of Gerolitis. Love your name, by the way. I think that's hilarious. Not sure I can read whatever this comment is saying, but love it. Love the energy. All right, Zverev served on line. Slice return from Eubanks. Zverev comes in. Too solid. It's good backhand down the line. Zverev has a great extension off that shot. And that's what helps him make great backhands even from tough positions. His shoulder turn on that shot has great reach on it. Usually it's the one-handers, kind of like Eubanks, who really have a great reach on that shot, but Zverev is very strong, and he can hit very impressive backhands even from not the easiest of positions. So you're gonna see Zverev do that a lot. Impressive stuff early doors. This is good signs for Zverev. All right, Zverev hits a backhand wide though. 15 love for Eubanks in this game. I wouldn't put my expectations that high for Zverev, just because his clay season has kind of been, he's still coming back. He had that terrible injury. I kind of thought it might take him even a longer time to kind of get his act going. So I'm still giving him time. I'm not expecting him to defend a semifinal. He didn't make a semifinal or maybe even quarterfinal, I don't think, at any of the big clay masters. So, I would put expectations a bit lower on him. But I could see him making a fourth round if he plays at this level that he's been playing so far. If his fitness is there, So he could do well, but I'm not expecting him to do as well as he was. He's still not getting the depth on his shots like he would want. He's still not really moving quite to the way that he was, although his movement is already quite good, but he's just not the same player. He doesn't have that confidence. If he goes against a top guy, he doesn't have that same confidence right now. He hasn't had that success this year. So I'm expecting it to be tough for him still, but I wouldn't be surprised if he makes a fourth round, and maybe if he has a good draw, Maybe he can make a quarterfinal as well. All right, Eubanks in trouble here. 1-3, 15-30. About to step to the line on the ad side. Eubanks doesn't want to go down two breaks early. Basically ends the first set for him. All right, serve into the net. Second serve. All right, serve down the middle. Forehand to Eubanks is forehand. Forehand down the line from Eubanks. Forehand cross from Eubanks misses, goes wide. 15-40 for Zverev. Zverev is on the attack early doors, and Eubanks' movement is clearly not there on the clay compared to Zverev. Zverev is moving way better than Eubanks. Eubanks looks out of position on a lot of these shots, so that's paying a lot of the difference here. All right, Eubanks on the attack, hits a forehand inside out. Oh, an amazing shot from Zverev. Zverev has his hands in the air to get a double break. You know, kind of pouring salt on the wounds of Eubanks. Eubanks hit an amazing kind of volley there. Sasha was way off the court outside the ad side, and then he runs back to the do side, hits a great forehand pass. 4-1. That was an amazing shot. Yeah, here's a replay of it. Inside out forehand. Zverev on full stretch, runs all the way to the other side. Big stretch forehand pass. Yeah, Zverev to me is looking better than he was even in Rome, for example. Or especially in the Bavarian international tournament where he lost to O'Connell. He's been very up and down this season, but this match he started off strong, so. Yeah, Medvedev is Zverev's worst enemy of the last 2 or 3 months. He's beat Zverev in that amazing match at Indian Wells. I think it went 3 hours and 15 minutes. I think it was like 255 points or something like that. Some crazy number played in total. Lots of long rallies, just about everything in that match. And Medvedev puts away with a comeback. It's a heartbreaker for Zverev. Plays a very similar match in Monte Carlo, where it was just an outright epic, as close as it gets. All the stats were like so even, all the way to the very end of the match. Zverev with 2 match points. Medvedev comes back. A drama with that match as well, which was unexpected for that rivalry. We've seen it with Tsitsipas Medvedev, and then he beats him in Rome. So if Medvedev beats Zverev in RG, then Zverev will want nothing to do with Medvedev, I think, for the next long while, because Medvedev has Zverev's number in these last few months. Right. Serve to Eubanks' forehand. Eubanks puts in the net. I really think Eubanks' movement has looked compromised so far. He's not really getting up to the shots. He's looking out of position for a lot of these. The movement and inexperience on clay is really paying dividends here. Serve down the line from Zverev and ace. Yeah, this is looking, it's tennis. Anything can happen. Eubanks is a great player, but right now this is looking all Zverev. Yeah, Rome Masters. Medvedev got the Rome Masters, finally got the clay trophy. Very impressive run from Medvedev there. His breakthrough tournament was Monte Carlo back in 2019, beat Tsitsipas and Djokovic. Everybody counting Medvedev out on clay, which partially included me as well. I didn't think he'd ever win Rome, but very impressive result for sure. And that's going to give Medvedev a lot of confidence going into Roland Garros. The fact that he really found his footing and movement on clay and really found a much better level. So that was, was a lot of fun to see Medvedev doing well on clay after everything. All right, first serve is a let from Zverev, serving at 30-15. And Zverev serves. Hard to tell if it was in. I think it was called in. Serve down the line is an ace. Just hits the outside of the line. Stays in from Zverev. Yeah, well, you're one of the few. I don't think most expected, but you can't count Medi out. He's had a crazy season. Serve to Eubanks' forehand, and Eubanks just can't get up to it. Hits it long. Eubanks has had no read on Zverev's first serve so far. All right, Eubanks serving 1-5. All right, topspin serve down the line. Back and rally now. Eubanks hits a backhand long. Yeah, Eubanks is really. I watched him. I watched him play the match against Perry the other day. He was playing very well. I was surprised at how well he played on clay, but it's not really working out so far for him. All right, love 15. Set could be over in a flash. All right, serve out wide from Eubanks, and Zverev can't get to it. 15-all. Yeah, Medvedev even proved himself wrong. He said he had a 2% chance going into Rome, which I'm sure is 2% higher than any of the clay masters he had played before that, and he got the trophy at the end, so good for him. Yeah, well, yeah, had that very close match against Runa. Sinner's primed to win one of these big ones one of these days. Huge serve from Eubanks, 30-15. Sinner's been so close so many times. Very good player. Just still needs some improvement there. Needs that extra push against the top guys, but he's right there with them. We saw him against Alcaraz at the US Open, Tsitsipas at Australian Open. He started to beat some of the top guys, got close, like you said, against Runa in Monte Carlo. That could have been a title, although Rublev is tough as well. Count out Rublev. Smash put away from Eubanks, 40-15. So yeah, I'm right there with you. Sinner had a good chance to get that Monte Carlo, but he's going to be looking to the future. Hopefully he can pull a run at one of these big events, because I think it would just be good for tennis in general to have another young guy right at the top winning big events. So, all right, serve from Eubanks, runs to the net, forehand volley put away down the line. I don't know how you did this, Ghost of Gerolitis, but you actually got it exactly right. I was born in a working tank by the Mississippi. That's right. My mother is a big track and field star. Yeah, she won the Olympics back in '92, I think, and a Pulitzer Prize winner. That's amazing, Ghost of Gerolitis. You got it right on the dot. That's pretty crazy. I'm gonna be honest. That's awesome. You did. You got me. Right. I mean, just word by word. I mean, I need to hire you to write my autobiography one day, because you got it. You got it right there. Well, it's good for Eubanks to at least hold at the end of the set, because if it was going to be like a 6-1 set blowout, then Eubanks would have felt absolutely zero momentum going into the second set. He's barely had anything, I feel like, in this match so far. I mean, he's still serving pretty decently, but his movement in general and the rallies, just Zverev is winning all of these rallies. Eubanks can't get any kind of footing in any of these, so. But Eubanks is going to have to want to keep holding his serve, and Zverev is going to want to stay just as tight on his serving, because like I said, Eubanks is going to take any opportunity to just smash back a winner. So. All right, Zverev serves to Eubanks' backhand. Eubanks shanks a backhand long. All right, serve down the line from Zverev is a winner. Eubanks not getting a lot of these returns back, which is kind of a common theme with Eubanks. He either hits like a great return, which is often even a winner, or he just doesn't really get it back. I think he only won like 34% of return points won, or second serve return points won. Not a high number against pair, but he broke 3 times. So either his returning is on and he's just hitting them for like straight up winners, or he's just not getting that many return points. So Eubanks is going to have to want to up his returning, because Zverev serve is working very well so far. Eubanks' return just isn't there. So if he wants any kind of edge in these service games from Zverev, then he'll want to step it up. All right, 30-15 Zverev. Zverev serves down the line. Eubanks return down the middle. Slice backhand from Eubanks into the net. 40-15. All right, Zverev serving at 2 set points. Zverev serve out wide. Eubanks, big return down the line. Eubanks runs around a backhand. Goes way out wide, hits a shot into the net. 6-2 Zverev in what was a pretty decisive and simple set, to be honest. Eubanks just couldn't get his footing right. He was missing a lot of shots, tons of unforced errors. Wasn't getting anything done on the return. Zverev's serve has come out very well. He's playing very well, actually. I don't know if he's been tested that much. He hasn't had to do a whole lot, but he's come out pretty strong, which is good signs for him. But Eubanks he's running around a lot of backhands. He's not really had any kind of footing in this match. Yeah, Zverev is currently 100% on first serve, and that's an incredible stat. He hasn't missed one yet. That's great. That's absolutely key for him. That he's winning those points. So that's crazy for him. That's a crazy set of serving for Zverev. And if he keeps serving like that, Eubanks is going to have a very tough time of it. Yeah, it was a very quick set. They're showing that amazing pass at 4-1 for Zverev to break again. Yeah, that was Eubanks had nothing for him. His returning wasn't there. His serving was not nearly as strong as Zverev's. His movement has looked compromised. So, but unless something crazy happens in the next couple games to start the set, right now the momentum is all with Zverev. But we'll see what happens. That's why we watch tennis. You never know. But right now, Zverev with a big lead for sure. No, he is not. 100% on first serve is that's a crazy stat. And we know with Zverev, his second serve can buckle. So that's very important for him that he's winning those points and that he's getting has that kind of percentage on it. Yeah. Yeah, rough year so far. Only still on the comeback. I remember at the start of the year, I kind of said that I was going to give him at least 6 months, but honestly, I was thinking more of like 8, 9 months until I start to get worried about where his level's at or putting a lot of weight on it, which is really around like Canada, somewhere around there. I was like, we'll see how he's playing at that time, and then we'll see where his kind of game is at, and we can gauge, the, I guess, trajectory of his career a little bit more. But yeah, he's had a rough year. Like I said, a bunch of losses to Medvedev on clay in the last few weeks. Lost to O'Connell. Lost to Taro Daniel in what was a very weird match in Miami. Daniel played great, but Zverev was very unlike himself. Tons of errors, just not hitting as big, and yeah, very weird match. So Zverev's going to be looking to get his form back for sure and pick up on form. All right, 30-15 for EUBANKS to start off the set. Yeah, thank you guys all for joining in for the match. I know it's not Rome Masters, it's not Roland Garros yet or anything like that, but it's always nice to see a match like this in a small tournament. So EUBANKS hits a big serve out wide, kick serve. Zverev runs back to the forehand. EUBANKS with a big shot down the line, and EUBANKS hits a winner, 40-15. EUBANKS hits a big kick serve out wide, and he gets the game, 1-1. Or sorry, 1-0. 1-0 for EUBANKS. Yeah, so I believe he played a few challengers, in I believe South Korea was a challenger somewhere, I believe, and I don't think I think he reached a final in his second one, and he went up, I think, like 10 or 11 spots last week. He's at a career high now at 75 in the world. He's playing a lot of tournaments that he hasn't played before. Since Miami, he's broken into the top 100 for the first time, even at 27 years old. He's doing a lot of tournaments that he just wasn't playing before. He wouldn't be playing this clay event, Geneva Open, a few years ago. So it's good to see for him that Miami opened a lot of doors for him. He's a very good player. And I'm happy to see him doing well, because I always thought he was talented. I wasn't sure he was ever going to unlock that potential, but great one-hander, clean game, aggressive, just talented and very strong, big shots. Zverev kick serve, slice backhand of EUBANKS, tries to hit a backhand winner down the line, but it goes long. 15-all for Zverev. Yeah, a little bit about me. I actually grew up in, as you could probably tell from my voice, I'm American as well. I grew up in near Atlanta, Georgia, which is EUBANKS lives right near in Atlanta, Georgia. And I actually watched EUBANKS play a few college matches up in Georgia Tech, where he played college. So I saw him in person a few times play, which is kind of unbelievable to me to see him do so well now. And I actually saw him at the Atlanta Open as well one year, play doubles with Donald Young. So I've known about him for a while. He has a very clean game, great one-hander. So it's great to see him do well. And yeah, I've been a fan of tennis, college tennis, for a long time. And yeah, it's just great to see guys like this doing well. 40-15 Zverev. Zverev hits a first serve long. All right, slice return from Eubanks, backhand to Eubanks' backhand. Big one-hander from Eubanks, unloads on it. Zverev hits shot long. A little bit better from Eubanks to start off here for sure. I'm noticing a bit of a difference. Eubanks is really, you can kind of see it when a player is trying to like kind of motivate themselves and get that energy, and that's clearly what Eubanks is doing. He really unloaded on the one-hander. It's a beautiful shot when it works like that. It's awesome. So 40-30. Zverev big serve down the line to the body. Eubanks can't get out of the way of the shot. Way out of position. Hits it long. We're at 1-1. Yeah, Ashley. I've heard a lot of people say that it's definitely it's kind of different for every player. I think some players like to get that match play in, to get the feel of how matches are, because matches are very different from training, even practice matches. They like to get that feel of match play before they get onto a court. I guess maybe especially Ruud, because he just had that tough loss against Runa in Rome. So he might want to get some confidence going in a tournament like this before he gets on. Yeah, and we know he usually does well in these smaller sort of 250s. So, but yeah, I mean, it could also make him tired. But I believe he did the same thing for RG last year, and he's defending. So, pretty sure he's defending. So, and he made finals. So I'm hoping that does well for him. It'd be good to see Ruud back in form for sure. I think he's a great and talented player when he's playing well. Not the flashiest around, but very talented and effective, creative, honestly, as well. And we saw that in the first set and a half against Runa. He just doesn't have the confidence right now. But yeah, we'll see how he does. Right now, so far hasn't been his best season, but looked much better in Rome. Big forehand from Eubanks, but just missed it long. 30-15. Eubanks, big serve out wide. Zverev with the back and return, forehand down the line, or inside in from Eubanks. Down the line, forehand. Eubanks comes in. Great volley right at the feet of Eubanks. Gets down low to it. Slides inside out from him for a winner. Great to see. Great backhand. And that's what you'll see. Eubanks is great volleying. I really think he's going to do very well on the grass courts. I'm not sure that we're going to see a win today, although I never know, but I'm not expecting it, what we've seen so far, for sure. Definitely the way Zverev's been playing, it's going to be very tough. But on the grass courts, Eubanks is going to have a much better time of it, I think. That's good to see. But Eubanks playing better to start the second set. Already even equal the amount of games he won the first set, which is good for him, at least, I guess. 2-1 for Eubanks now. Yeah, right from Georgia. Lived here my whole life, so but yeah, it's fun. We have great tennis down here, great recreational tennis, great junior tennis, junior tournaments, and that's always great to see. Encouraging kids to start out young. There's a lot of courts around here. Of course, the Atlanta Open, which has been getting more and more top players, which is great to see, and Christopher Eubanks, and also players like Coco Gauff, Ben Shelton, Taylor Townsend, different players coming from Georgia. So it's good to see. But yeah, right from down here. So yes, yeah, totally. Yeah, I think that's right. I mean, Ruud, he needs all the matches he can get. He's a young guy, very fit, trains a lot. I would be surprised if fatigue is an issue for him. And we've seen him play right the week before a big event and actually do very well in that event. We saw it at Roland Garros last year as well. So I think it's going to be a good thing for Ruud, and I think he needs to get that confidence before Roland Garros. So I think this is a good call for Ruud for me. Yeah, I'm 22 years old. 23 in October. All right, big serve down the line from Zverev into Zverev's forehand. Zverev hits a shot down the line. Eubanks tries to get him with a backhand pass, tries to nail him down the line, but just missed it wide. Hey, Sean, thank you for becoming a member. Glad to see it. Yeah, QualityShot. It's the place you want to be for all the tennis commentary. Glad to see you becoming a member. All right, big serve down the middle. Zverev with the drop shot. Eubanks runs. Eubanks just shanks a backhand way long. I think Eubanks might have hurt himself there a little bit. He was, or maybe he was just frustrated. It was hard to tell, but completely missed that backhand. Eubanks just not getting up to a lot of these. I think he tried to slide into that with his foot. But he's just not completely inexperienced on clay. And what you'll see with a lot of these guys who haven't played on clay or grass very much is that it's honestly very visible. I mean, it sounds like it would be on paper, and it is. When players haven't played much on clay, a lot of the necessary ways to play on clay, like sliding and playing behind the baseline. I mean, you can play on the baseline, but it's obviously better if you play behind it, hitting with different spins, trying to hit back behind the players. I mean, these different kind of things that some players have already gotten used to. These players who just grew up playing on hard courts, especially in America where there are a lot of hard courts, which I think Eubanks has done, it's going to be hard for them to adapt to clay courts. So, and I think it should be like that. I think tennis should be a multi-surface sport where there's a lot of different kinds of conditions, but you have to play on those different conditions to really get used to them. So Eubanks with a big forehand return. Zverev hits up to the shot. Eubanks with a big forehand at shoulder level and puts away a volley. We're at 40 love. Yeah, that's it. Coca-Cola, CNN. No, Georgia's great. I mean, I especially love the big city of Atlanta. It's fun out here. So if you know the right spots, there's some pretty good spots. So all right, 40-15 Zverev. Zverev served down the line. Hits another forehand down the line. Eubanks with a big backhand to Zverev's backhand. Zverev with a big forehand, but he misses. Zverev's, just from what I'm gauging from the start of the set, Zverev's level has just gone down the slightest, not serving quite as well as he was, but it was an insane first set of serving for him, but not quite serving to that level yet, and Eubanks has really picked it up a little bit. We'll see. Maybe a slight shift here, but I'm not going to say anything major, but it's definitely a little bit more interesting to start out. All right, 40-30 Zverev. Zverev served down the middle. Zverev slices, comes in. Eubanks with a great backhand pass past Zverev. We're at deuce. Deuce on a Zverev service game was unheard of in the first set, so this is big for Eubanks. Zverev is running low on confidence. If Eubanks can pull something off, then you never know, but we'll have to see. So far, it's been pretty much all Zverev, but Eubanks trying to pull a little bit of something here. We'll see what he can do. All right, Zverev bouncing the ball. We're at deuce. Zverev big serve out wide. Eubanks forehand return, and Sasha with a tweener. Eubanks hits it cross court. I don't know if Zverev needed to do that. Big point deuce. Sometimes you get stuck, but yeah, Zverev had time to get away from that. I don't know if I like that from Zverev. I mean, nice bit of trickery there, but nice bit of skill, but not sure it was necessary there. Now it's a break point for Eubanks. Could cost him. Couldn't get out of the way of the ball. And he didn't do anything with that shot. First serve from Sasha. Down the middle. Eubanks hits in the net. All right, Zverev bouncing the ball. We're at deuce. All right, Zverev with a big serve down the line. Eubanks sliced it. Zverev backhand comes in. Big backhand to the ad side, and Eubanks can't get up to it. To the deuce side, sorry. Yeah, I love all those spots, Ashley. Yeah, Augusta's great. Yeah, a lot of good spots in Georgia, for sure. But back to this. So add in from Zverev. It's big serve down the line. Eubanks with the return. Zverev hits backhand to Eubanks' forehand. And not sure. I think Zverev got the base on it, that forehand. Eubanks can't get up to it. Shanks it into the crowd. We're at 2-2. Yeah. Eubanks was playing very well in Miami. He troubled Medvedev for a little bit too. Before the rain delay at the start of that match in Miami, Eubanks was playing very well. His aggression was really getting to Medvedev. We've seen people with the serve and volley play being aggressive get to Medvedev at times. So that definitely worked for Eubanks there. Eubanks can be a very good player. Very clean and unique way that he hits the backhand and gets over his shots, comes in a lot. He's a dangerous player when he's playing well. So yeah, Zverev doesn't want to mess around. That's for sure. No, you guys can play around. I love it. I'm sorry if I'm not getting everything in chat, but I love it. I can't always keep up with what all you guys are talking about, but no, I love it. That's the point of the channel. That's the point of the internet. That's the point. That's what we want to do here. All of you guys, just keep on doing what you're doing. I'll try to get to as many comments as I can, but I love it. All right, 2-all here for Eubanks. All right, kick serve out wide to Zverev. Zverev forehand to Eubanks backhand. Eubanks keeps running around that backhand. Big forehand down the middle from Eubanks. Zverev in the net. I think somebody came out on court some medical for a medical timeout, maybe for or not medical timeout, but to help out. I think it was Eubanks. I didn't catch it. I'll try to catch more of that, but I think Eubanks might be hurting a little bit. I saw him when he slided on that foot into that shot earlier. He was hurting. I'm not sure it was that, but I'll try to keep a gauge on that. Eubanks forehand hits the net and just floats long off that net cord. Net cord can be a lucky shot, but it can also be unlucky. If it didn't hit the net cord, definitely going in, but it gave it that extra bounce. Push long for Eubanks. All right. Forehand out wide. Sorry, serve out wide from Eubanks is a another first serve. Yeah, Dutchy. I think it was Eubanks. A little bit of an injury. All right. Big forehand down the line. Eubanks gets to 30-15. Definitely not choosing that. I'm only getting to know all of you guys. But I'm enjoying calling the match. Definitely not choosing that one, Ghost, but I'm enjoying seeing your comments on here. All right, we're at 30-15 for Eubanks. All right, serve down the line from Eubanks, forehand, inside in from Eubanks, forehand cross from Eubanks, Zverev on dead run, open court, slice from Eubanks, Zverev runs, gets under it. Eubanks with the volley, Zverev runs for a pass, but Eubanks on top of it with volley at the net. Eubanks was just staying there ready in the middle of the court at the net. That's what Eubanks will do. He's just huge presence on top of the net. That's what the tall guys can do. They're great at serve, but they can be very good at net too. They have that long reach at net. Sometimes their movement's a little bit compromised because of the height, but if they can, they can be very good net players as well. It kind of depends, but Eubanks is an example of a very good net player. All right, Eubanks with a big serve, 3-2. Much better from Eubanks so far. Much better from Eubanks so far. Yeah, MJ. So I believe, the qualifying has already begun. The main draw, I believe, starts on the 28th. So, or maybe 29th, 28th, 29th of May. So I believe it starts on that Sunday. So I do know Beetlejuice, Max. No, I love a lot of old movies. I'm a big movie guy. If you want to know something about me, I love my big. I've played tennis my whole life. My dad's a tennis coach. Huge fan of tennis. I want to see the sport keep growing. It's an amazing sport. I've played ever since I was 4 or 5. Been watching tennis ever since I was like 7 or 8. I remember the first match I ever watched was the 2009 Wimbledon final with Federer and Roddick playing. Getting a little bit off topic, but one of my loves is tennis. The other one is movies. Huge geek for movies. Love all those. Jurassic Park, Shawshank Redemption, Memento is one I absolutely love. And I love all of those. I love those scary kind of Halloween movies too. Beetlejuice is great. I remember I watched that with a bunch of friends from college. So Beetlejuice is fun. Rafa. We'll see what happens. All right, Zverev serving at 2-3. Zverev serve out wide. Zverev with the slice to the net. Eubanks runs, hits in the net. We're at 15 left for Zverev. Yeah, Sean, totally. I mean, missing those extended fifth sets, the end of that match was just ecstatic. Very fun match. Roddick, by all means, should have gone up 2-0, but that's one of my favorite matches ever, that 2009 Wimbledon final. Absolutely amazing win for Fed, heartbreaker for Roddick. All right, 30 left for Zverev. Zverev still serving amazingly. Eubanks was able to get into that game at 1-2, but he's not really having any kind of hold into any of these any kind of games, so it's hard to say if he'll be able to do that again. Zverev, big serve down the line. I think he just made it. It was hard to see. Eubanks is checking the mark now. Zverev is unsure as well. But Zverev walking back. I think Eubanks as well. 40 love. Zverev with a big serve down the middle. Or no, sorry. I think it was out. Second serve. All right. Forehand down the line from Eubanks into net, 3-3. Eubanks about to go to the serve again. If Eubanks can keep solid on serve, then we should go to a tiebreaker here. I'm expecting this to be a tiebreaker set because both have been pretty solid on serve. I mean, Zverev had a little bit of a fumble, got down break point at 1-2, but in general, serving in this match has been fantastic. His percentage on first serve has been amazing. Eubanks hasn't had much of anything on the return, only a few points. And Eubanks has been serving great. Great, solid, precise spot serving on the first serve, and has been following it up well as well. So I think where this could go to a tiebreaker. Eubanks with weird serve right down the middle of the court, and then just misses a forehand wide. Love 15 for Zverev. EUBANKS, you can feel a little bit of a hitch here, like a little bit of a momentum push potential here for Zverev to kind of run away with this. So EUBANKS will want to get a hold on that quick, and I think he'll want to try to get pumped up to try to at least get this game. Because 4 games, that's already pretty close to the end of the set. If he can just keep Zverev from breaking here, then I think that'd be big for EUBANKS. EUBANKS hits a forehand, runs in. Another forehand from EUBANKS puts it away down the line, 15-all. Yeah, I mean, yeah. Federer 2004 through 2008 was barely lost any matches. Huge hard court streak, amazing grass court streak as well. Very good on clay. Just got put against one of the best versions of the best clay courter of all time. Yeah, Roddick had to deal with Federer, who was playing one of the best primes we've ever seen. So EUBANKS with forehand down the line. Zverev gets to it with a backhand, slice backhand from EUBANKS. Big backhand going over, shot from EUBANKS. I think just missed it long on the baseline. Just long on the baseline there. Just hits it out. I've been liking what I've seen from Zverev. Zverev's moving. I think that Zverev's movement has been much better than it was, especially to start the season. But even in the last against O'Connell, his movement looked very odd to me. He wasn't really getting up to shots, and he's moving pretty swiftly. It's still not as I don't think it's at his best, but I think we're going to be able to get a better gauge on it when we see him play somebody who tests him a little bit more than EUBANKS so far. But he's moving well, especially to the backhand side. I'm very impressed from how he's moving. So the answer is not his best movement, but it is good, and it's good signs for him. Yeah, good. Yeah, it was good match touching. Yeah, it's a good match so far. EUBANKS will want to hold here though. But all right, serve out wide from EUBANKS. Zverev gets the backhand, gets the baseline on the return, but then hits a shot into the net. I mean, it didn't even reach the net. It was kind of a weird slice where it kind of just kind of dropped onto the ground and then ran into the net. So kind of a weird one there from Zverev. And if EUBANKS holds, then gets to 4-3, that's one you'll want to remember. So. All right, EUBANKS with the second serve here. Yeah, see you later, Dutchie. Yeah, have a good one. All right, EUBANKS with a double fall, then Zverev gets to 4-3. Yeah, you'll probably hear it in the background. Yeah, I'm still living at my parents' place, trying to move out soon. But yeah, I don't know why they're living. This is the phone that they have. But if you hear that in the back, but I like it, kind of vintage old stuff. But not ideal, but it's kind of funny. Yeah, it's a good match so far from Zverev. He'll like how he's played so far for sure. And Eubanks is going to be disappointed that he let his serve go there, because Zverev has been so solid on serve. And for the most part, Eubanks just hasn't got any kind of hold into those games. So a little bit of disappointment for Zverev, for Eubanks. Sorry, for Eubanks for sure. And the winner of this match is going to play the winner of Yibing Wu, talented Chinese player, great ground stroke hitter. Probably not as good on clay courts, but still very talented young guy who rose up the ranks last year from outside the top 1,000 to winning the Dallas event this year. So, and being in the top 50. So very good run from Wu, and also Marco Cecchinato, who's kind of an older veteran, very good on clay courts. Ooh, Zverev with the amazing stretch backhand passes Eubanks. Eubanks with a volley, and that's the second time he's done that today. On the full stretch, Zverev with the one-hander gets up to it and passes Eubanks. That thing felt like it was in the air for I don't know how long. Zverev barely ever reaches with the one-hander. He almost always does it with the two-hander because he has a great reach on that shot anyway. All right, Zverev at 30 love, serves down the line. Eubanks hits it wide. 40 love Zverev. All right, Zverev. Yeah, thank you, Ghost. Yeah, I try to learn a lot of the players' pronunciations, but I just knew I butchered that. So Wu Yibing. Yeah, thank you for that. Knew I butchered it. But yeah, he's a great player from what I've seen so far. Wu Yibing, so very, very talented player. He played amazing up in Dallas, beat Taylor Fritz as well down there. What's Sasha's ranking now? About 20-ish. Yeah, I think 26, 27, somewhere around there. No longer the number one German. Struff just went a place ahead of him after Monte Carlo, and then after Rome, Zverev dropped down even a little bit more. And it's not going to get any easier. RG points, he's defending. If he doesn't do well in Roland Garros, then Zverev's going to drop way, way down because he had that crazy semifinal against Nadal last year. Zverev needs to get something going. So this is kind of an important moment for Zverev. If you're a Zverev fan, you don't want him to go down now. All right, love 15 for Zverev on Eubanks to serve. Eubanks walking back to the line, to the baseline, ready to serve. Kind of feel like Eubanks would rather walk anywhere else right now than back to the line. He's probably a bit tired because it's been all Zverev so far, but hits a forehand winner inside in, so 15 all. Why do Americans struggle on clay? Yeah, we haven't had a French Open winner since Axie. We haven't had much leeway or big winners of any clay events for a long, long time. Why do Americans struggle on clay? Bit up to debate, but yeah, I mean, a lot of it is up to the fact that we just don't have as many clay courts as some South American countries, for example, and a lot of other places in the world. Zverev hits a backhand long, and it's 30-15 Eubanks. But yeah, Sean, that's I think a lot of it can be put to that. We just don't have as many clay courts, and we should. Around where I am, a lot of it is hard court. It's just hard courts everywhere. If you see a clay court, it's like what? Like it's a pretty wild sight, and a very cool one if you enjoy playing on clay like I do. So, double fault from Eubanks, serve into the net, 30 all. Zverev 2 points away from a solid win at the Geneva Open in the second round. Would make it to the last 8, and at least some kind of start for momentum ahead of Roland Garros, a part of the season which is very important for Zverev. In regards to Zverev, this would be a very big start for him to get anything kind of going here. So Zverev looking very determined on the return, and Eubanks hits shot into the net. In terms of Eubanks, this is a big tournament for him as well. Like I said, this is his first clay event since 2019. He hasn't played a lot of these events before, so big for him as well. Big forehand out wide from Eubanks, missed it wide. Too many unforced errors today. Just hasn't moved well. Eubanks. Zverev's movement in comparison has looked very good. Been incredibly solid on serve. 100% in that first set from Zverev. But it's match point. Match point Zverev. Eubanks ready to serve. Eubanks hits a shot into the net. Eubanks serve out wide. Sasha went for a big backhand return and just misses it. Unleashed on that thing, just hits it out. He stared at that thing for 5 seconds just thinking, I just hit the most crazy like match point winner ever, but he just misses it. But Sasha's backhand, that shot is still looking mighty impressive. Yeah, thank you, Max. I appreciate it. Eubanks with forehand into the net. Yeah, I'll be back. So, hoping I'll be back soon. I'm enjoying commentating as well. And yeah, thanks, Max. Thanks, MJ. Appreciate it. Yeah, first match commentating. Glad to join up with you guys. Big tennis fan here as well. So, just enjoying talking about my first match ever commentating. So, hope you guys enjoy it for whatever reason. All right, forehand to Eubanks' forehand. Eubanks hits in the net. Zverev gets his first win. Fist bumps. Just solid enough. Was very impressive on serve. Eubanks usually a very big server, but, you know, good handshake. Eubanks very nice at the net. Eubanks loves, he loves the competition. He loves all the players. Commentator on Tennis Channel now, he's just Eubanks is a great guy, but it's Zverev's win. And kind of cheers to the crowd. And yeah, Zverev gets his first win. We'll play the winner of Cecchinato and Wu. So yeah, but big win for Zverev. Thanks, Arcane. Yeah, I appreciate that. Appreciate that, man. Yeah, thank you, Fossey. Yeah, I hope to come back soon. Very much enjoy this. Love tennis. Love commentating on it. Even these small events. Hope to be back soon. Also commentating for Roland Garros. We'll see what happens, but yeah, love it, and I'm excited to be on this channel. So yeah, I hope you come back as well and keep enjoying the channel. Yeah, thank you, Anthony. Sorry. It's my first big mess up on stream. Thank you, Ashley, is what I meant to say. Not thanking myself at all. Thank you, Ashley. Appreciate that. But yeah, bye everybody. Thank you for coming to the stream. I appreciate it. Zverev now talking on court after the big win, and it's good for Zverev to at least get some wins in. This would be big for him to make a semifinal or a final here, if not get the trophy. Would be big for his confidence going into Roland Garros, and we all know he needs to get something going because he hasn't had the results that he would have wanted or anything similar to the results he was having on the clay last year when he was playing, in my opinion, the best tennis I'd seen him play, at least up there as some of the best tennis I had seen him play on clay. So, yeah, bye, Ashley. Thank you. Thanks for coming. Yeah, thanks, Max. Appreciate it. Yeah, I'll be back. So, thank you. Yeah. Yeah. Pretty solid match. Eubanks just didn't have enough to really hurt or challenge. Zverev was making too many errors. He was hitting a lot of shots that went close, but he just wasn't quite there, and a lot of it was down to movement and inexperience on the surface. But, good play from Zverev, and it was just good enough to get through. Hey, thank you, Ghost, for the 2. Yeah. Thank you, Ghost. Appreciate that. hope to see you back on the channel for another one that I do. So appreciate that. Yeah, thank you, Peaches. Yeah. All right. See you, everybody. Thanks for joining. Yeah, please come back to the channel. Yeah. See you guys.